Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat? If you watched the Saints game on Sunday against Atlanta, there was one very glaring weak spot for the Saints. It's been the very glaring weak spot that the Saints have had all year, and that's pass catchers. 5 drops in the first half, en route to a scoreless first half for the Saints under Sean Payton. And they did get it in gear in the second half, but drop passes were an issue, and it came from basically every pass catcher that the Saints had. If it was Kenny Stills or Tre'Quan Smith or Deontay Harris or Adam Troutman, we all know it. The Saints are in desperate need of help at the wide receiver spot. They just are. And there happens to be one of the most dynamic playmakers in the NFL who just might be available. Talked about it last week. The Browns have waived Odell Beckham. He is set to go onto the waiver wire today. We will find out if a team has put in a waiver claim on Odell Beckham. Now, as a reminder, if a team puts in a waiver claim on Odell Beckham, they'd have to pay him north of $7 million a year for the remainder of this year, with no guarantees that he re-signs with that team next year. So there's not a great incentive for anyone to put a waiver claim in on Odell Beckham. It would be very costly without any long-term guarantee. I mean, unless if you are in a go-for-broke, all-in type situation this year and you have the cap money and the cap space to spend, then it might make sense. There just aren't many teams that fit that description. Now, Odell has talked about his preferred destinations, with the 49ers and Seahawks apparently being a couple of others. But if a team puts in a waiver claim, Odell doesn't get to pick. He has to go whoever claims him. We're going to find that out soon. Now, what we should know is that the Saints are not going to be a team that puts in a waiver claim on Odell Beckham. Saints are 22nd. Remember, it's basically in draft order. It's in reverse order from a year ago. So the Saints are 22nd. So 21 teams ahead of New Orleans have a chance to put in a waiver claim on Odell Beckham. And Sean Payton, when he met with reporters on Monday, effectively said they're not putting in a waiver claim for Odell Beckham.
Well, claiming deadlines today, no, it's impossible for us to put a claim in on the player. I mean, you just have to look at the salary cap space, and if we were going to put in a claim, it wouldn't be something we'd discuss. I know it makes hit-worthy news for everyone, but we wouldn't discuss that.
I understand that Sean Payton likes to deflect that at times, but this isn't hit-worthy or clickbait type stories. This is legitimate. You have a team in New Orleans that is in desperate need of a wide receiver, and arguably the most famous wide receiver in the NFL, and one of the most dynamic playmakers is available. And he's from New Orleans, and he played at LSU. And there's so many reasons why this makes sense. It's not a clickbait type story. It's legitimate. Odell Beckham is going to play somewhere for the remainder of the season, and New Orleans is on the short list. So you have to ask the coach about the possibility of Odell Beckham playing for the Saints. Now, I mean, look, in that game on Sunday against the Falcons, it got a little better in the second half. I mean, Trevor Siemian was 25 of 41 for 249 and 2 touchdowns, obviously padded late. But, I mean, Alvin Kamara was your leading receiver, 4 catches for 54 yards. Tre'Quan Smith had 3 for 53, but here's the problem. 3 catches, we had on 4 targets. Kamara was 4 on 7 targets. Deontay Harris, 6 catches on 8 targets. He had a drop. Troutman, 4 catches on 7 targets, had 2 drops in the ball game. Kenny Stills, 2 catches on 5 targets. They weren't hauling in at an efficient rate these passes. Even if the drops are receptions, then Siemian is a 30 of 41 day and over 300 yards and probably another score. And you win that game. So, yes, you need to improve at that position. Sean Payton even talked after the game about not only Trevor Siemian, but the drops.
I thought overall, we missed some pickups. I thought he came to he had a few throws in there that were, not primary receivers, and played with poise, brought us back. I thought overall, I felt like it was good. And then, of course, we'll look at it and grade it. But I thought we dropped a few balls, more than our fair share. And like I said, we're 3rd and long. I don't know how many times the penalties in the first half, but it's frustrating.
I understand also the counter argument on Odell, which is diva, locker room issue, he'll complain when he doesn't get targets, et cetera, et cetera. I'm willing to take that risk for 7 games. Saints are 5-3. 9 games, excuse me. I'm willing to take that risk. I am willing to take the risk for the, provided Odell clears waivers, for the minuscule price of about $1 million for the remainder of the season, to have a guy like Odell Beckham that could be your cure-all at receiver. The guy that can make tough catches over the middle, that can blow the top off the defense, dynamic pass catcher, 29 years old, still in his physical prime. I'm willing to take that risk. Because without a guy like Odell Beckham, without a legit number 1 receiver, this team is going nowhere fast. You're going to have more games like Sunday. Part of my wait and see approach on this team was knowing that Michael Thomas was coming back. And I wanted to wait and see what they would be once Michael Thomas was a part of this offense. He's not coming back. So unless if you get a guy like Odell, what you saw on Sunday is what you are. That's it. That's what you are. You get Odell, you have the possibility of pouring gasoline on that flame. And if it doesn't work out, okay, you're not going anywhere this year anyway. At least if you add a guy like Odell for the remainder of the season, you have the possibility of becoming more dynamic on offense, of being a playoff team, a team that could win a game or games in the playoffs. Because right now, you don't have that guy. You do not have that dynamic playmaker. And you're not going to have it unless you can add someone like Odell. And that someone like Odell is Odell. Get him. And if it's a disaster in the locker room, cut him. And then you're exactly where you are right now. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.